We're about to have the meal of our lives.
We are here at Disney Springs to have dinner in a completely unexpected way.
I planned the entire thing and Emma has no idea what's about to go down.
What?
Let's go.
Okay.
We're here at Disney Springs to experience dining in a new way. Progressive dining. Progressive dining has been trending for a while now, so we decided to put it to the test to see if this is the best way to experience as many eats and drinks as you can for your next trip.
Progressive dining is where you turn your standard dinner experience into multiple locations, which means you typically grab an appetizer or something to share at each location and your favorite drink or cocktail. Sage, supposedly, is a self-proclaimed master at progressive dining, especially at Disney Springs. And apparently I'm putting him to the test right now.
That's right.
And I just found out right now.
Let's break it down.
All right.
Because we are trying to replicate the typical dinner experience by using progressive dining, let's break down the actual dinner experience. You can break it down into 4 different parts: bread service, appetizers, entree, and desserts. Now we're gonna do that here, but elevated because the progressive dining is 4 different locations, right? There are plenty of different variations you can do of Disney Springs, like progressive dining, but I chose what I think is the best that I think we both would enjoy. I picked some of my favorites, I picked some of Emma's favorites. So that's what we're gonna do today. 4 different places that simulate a dining experience, but elevated because we're gonna go to places for each section, you know, bread service, appetizer, entree, and dessert. Again, Emma has no idea what to expect. I think progressive dining is always the way to go, so I'll let Emma and everyone at home decide if this was the best way to experience Disney Springs. No. Okay. No, but I will say, I feel like a great, because we're starting off easy, I feel like a great bread service thing just to get like a quick appetizer, maybe a quick like beverage is Wine Bar George. Now, I don't know, have you ever been to Wine Bar George before?
I haven't.
Okay,
It's my
see,
first time.
okay, then this is going to be fun because we're going to get some solid like bread and cheese and maybe like some wine just to start off.
I'm so excited.
Now, Wine Bar George is a spacious, rustic, chic venue that features diverse wines and globally inspired small plates. Now, there is indoor seating as well as some fun like outdoor like balcony patio seating. Now, because this is progressive dining, we're not trying to come in here with a huge reservation to take a table for a long time. So we're going to see if we can either pull up to a high top or the bar to grab our first little bite to eat here. Now we decided to pull up a seat at the bar because luckily it is pretty empty here, which is not normally the case. However, all of the upstairs patio seating and indoor seating is completely full. There is like a 25-minute wait to actually sit down. But look how easy it is to grab a drink here, pull up a bar stool to the bar. Super nice. Pull up the bar. They've got, obviously, their specialty is wine, but they have some really great craft cocktails here. And they are a paperless, you can't ask for a paper menu if you want, but they are a paperless menu situation. So you scan your QR code. Look at that. Vanna White, nailing it. So at Wine Bar George, I'm starting off my progressive dining experience with, it's actually a house Chardonnay that they have on draft from California.
And then I got the La Perlina Moscato. I just asked the bartender a good recommendation for something sweet, and here we are.
Eye contact, yes.
Only right way to do it.
That's right.
I think it's just like a traditional Moscato. She knew I didn't have a lot of wine experience, so she gave me a good sweet one, but nothing like super special.
Yeah, this Chardonnay is kind of like a dry Chardonnay. It's not super buttery. It's like just super like right down the road. Definitely a house Chardonnay. We're not doing any like crazy specialty cocktails yet because we've got to pace ourselves. That's the other thing about progressive dining. You're going to be kind of eating and drinking a lot, so make sure you pace yourself throughout the night. And this is the Saganaki on fire.
Watching him just light it on fire and so confidently was amazing.
Like, we love a confident fire.
We do.
All right. Now you've never had this before. You've got to try it. They said it definitely
Eat it hot.
eat it hot. That's when it's going to be the best. Ready? Here we go.
I took a huge bite.
Take your time, Tasia. Take your time.
That is a cheese lover's dream.
Yeah.
You don't have to be able to pronounce the cheeses to enjoy it. This is so good. It's so flavorful. I don't even know how to really describe it because there are so many cheeses that have melted together to make this.
I like that they like the fire crust the top of it, almost like You know when you put like, I don't know, cheese in an oven and then it melts and
Like
like
baked
it,
macaroni
like
and cheese.
baked macaroni and cheese, like it's got that kind of vibe to it. It's super good.
A lot of flavor, and the lemon that he uses to take the fire out, you can really taste it, but in a really complimentary way.
Some solid acidity there. All right, ready? It is so good. Don't rush me, I'm savoring it.
No, of course I would never. I'm the slowest eater I know. You'll never get rushed from me.
That's why they say that. I will say it is important to eat it hot because the longer it stays there, the tougher it gets. So eat it right away. But like it's like a baked mac. No, but now I'm going a step further. You know when you just put cheese in an oven and then it melts and it crusts.
Yeah.
It's like the crispy cheese that you like scrape off the pan.
Oh.
Right? I do wish they had a couple more crostinis. I feel like the bread to cheese ratio is a tad off. I do love solid balance and ratio, but I am living for this.
I'll happily just eat this cheese. No crostinis involved.
So we just got the saganaki, which is pretty good, but I do want you to know, in case you're ever curious, there's a huge boat of meat.
We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, but it's a boat of meat.
We've been Googling, could not tell you.
I'm just curious. I'm going to give you the camera, and I'm just curious to know your actual thoughts about everything. So I'm going to get the check. You leave me be.
Okay.
You walk around and explore.
So this is my first time here at Wine Bar George, and overall the vibes I really love. I think when I stepped in here, it felt like I was not at Disney Springs. It feels very adult, it feels very classy. I actually feel a little underdressed in my jeans and just like a t-shirt, even though that's kind of the vibe. It just feels very nice and classy and adult-like. So if you're looking for a nice spot to go, maybe for a date night or a parents' night out while you're here at Disney Springs, I think this is a really nice option, especially if you're going to sit at the bar, because a lot of these are more adult, food items, more adult drinks. So kids wouldn't necessarily love this one, but I think it's a perfect date night or just parents' night out. Or just a good night with your adult friends, like me and Sage.
All right, thoughts about Wine Bar George?
Amazing. It felt very nice, not Disney at all. So if you're looking for a fun place to hang out with your friends or maybe go on a nice date night, great option. And also, it's going to be hard to top.
Yeah.
For the rest of the night.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
I really enjoyed that.
Good. Well, I will say it was elevated. It was nice, and I love that you can just pull up to the bar, and it's the exact same menu that you would get throughout the rest of Wine Bar George, if you're actually sitting down to eat. So really good. But now we've had our bread service.
Yes.
That's part one of progressive dining, and now we move on to our appetizers. Now, Emma, I know you're a big fan of seafood.
I am.
And I love this part of downtown Disney, and the weather is gorgeous.
It is perfect.
So I think we should go to the Dockside Bar at the Boathouse.
That's one of your favorite places.
It
made
is.
Me check. We've not eaten there together before, but he's told me all about it.
Well, yeah. And now
Now we have to.
So we went to a kind of a neutral place, Wine Bar George. Now we're going to my favorite place. Who knows? We might go to your favorite place after. I don't know.
I really don't.
Now, the Boathouse is one of my favorite places for dining, especially the dockside bar. Here, this is where you're going to grab all your delicious seafood. Right inside, there's a full-on oyster bar, but inside it's themed. It's very boat-like. They've got, literally, you can actually sit inside a boat and eat. There's this full-on oyster bar, but they also have some normal, dining entrees in here as well, like your burgers and your steaks and things like that. We're gonna head to the Dockside Bar all the way in the back. It smells amazing, and just look how pretty it is out here. One of my favorite things about sitting at the Dockside Bar at the Boathouse is you can watch the amphicar kind of go around you, and you kind of take off and even go in and out of water. Super cool. While you're here at the Boathouse, and especially if you're at the Dockside Bar, come and check out the antique boats out here. What's your general vibe? What are you feeling here?
Relax, a little, it's not beachy, but boating, very, there's lots of breeze, but not wind. It feels very nice, very relaxed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be on a boat right now having a cocktail or two.
I agree. So I got the Boathouse Old Fashioned, which is made with Heaven Doors bourbon, sweet vermouth, orange, and dirty cherries. Gourmet cherries, if you will. Now the Old Fashioned can change from time to time. Sometimes they have seasonal offerings like the Christmas Old Fashioned and just different versions of it. This is the original, which is honestly my favorite. I get this every time I come to the Boathouse, you know, because I'm Old Fashioned.
So for our appetizer here at the Boathouse, we did get firecracker shrimp. It's sriracha mayo with tricolor sweet peppers and sesame seeds all on top of shrimp. I am very excited. Firecracker shrimp is one of my favorite appetizers.
I know, it was either this or the coconut shrimp.
Yeah.
And we asked Steve, who was our awesome server here, he definitely said the firecracker shrimp is the way to go here at the Boathouse.
He said this is the best one. So Steve, we're gonna let you know if you're right.
Okay, trying the firecracker shrimp. All right, here we go.
Out of normal firecracker shrimp, I can taste more of like the peppers in this one than I normally do when I've had it other places. But I think in the end it's just heavy sriracha mayo, so if you don't like that flavoring, you're not gonna like this, but pretty good.
Yeah, there's definitely a kick to it. And it's not, and I don't think the sriracha mayo makes the breaded shrimp soggy, really.
It's a good appetizer, and I also will say I really love the sesame seeds on top because I think that adds like an additional flavor that you don't always have with firecracker shrimp.
Yep, it's the drinks plus the firecracker shrimp, plus the ambiance, plus the wind, plus the water, plus
relaxation.
the relaxation.
Amazing.
I mean, this is our solid progressive dining.
So for my drink tonight, I got the Duck Duck Raz. It's Stoli Raz, peach schnapps, blue carousel, lemon juice, and simple syrup. I'm very excited because this is one of the most famous drinks here, and it's the most Instagrammable in my opinion. I love a pretty drink, and I have never had this one even though I've been to the Boathouse before.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I was making sure I didn't spill it. Blue raspberry.
Is it? Okay.
100%. Mine's sugary sweet, but that means it's right up my alley. But the heaviest, even though there is peach schnapps in here, the heaviest taste is that blue raspberry kind of vibe. So if you don't like blue raspberry, steer clear of this one. But if you love something sweet, this is a great option. It's making me actually think of a blue Jolly Rancher.
Oh.
It's really good.
The Old Fashioned is delicious. It's very strong. So heads up. It is. It mostly is comprised of Heaven's Door bourbon, a little bit of simple syrup, orange, and these gourmet cherries. She gave me two. Delicious. Again, if you don't like bourbon, not for you, but it's definitely strong. And I love that they add the additional like presentation of the round like orb ice. You know what I mean? It's just like the big globe of ice in here, which I love. So good. I feel pretty successful about our progressive dining so far. So far we've had bread service at Y Bar George, right? Exactly. We had the saganaki, and then we came here to the Boathouse for some like a light appetizer, like a seafood. How are you feeling?
I feel really good. Steve nailed it. The firecracker shrimp was wonderful, and my drink was really good for someone who likes sweet drinks.
Absolutely. And if you like any other kind of seafood, I definitely recommend. They've got a great lobster tail here, as well as an awesome oyster bar. If oysters don't make you ill, it's really great. And now we move on to our entree section of the night. Shall we?
We shall.
All right.
So a few thoughts about progressive dining. We're now like halfway. So I think this is a great thing to do with anyone who maybe you don't have a ton of plans or like you're doing this last minute. If you're just grabbing an appetizer or a drink, you can probably find an empty seat at a high top or a bar, and this is a great option for that. The bar often has the exact same menu as the table service does, so you don't really need reservations to do this, and you can kind of pick and choose as you go. It's also great for anybody who is here for just a really short time. You can kind of get the most bang for your buck. Or if you don't know what you want to try and you want to try a bunch of things, this is also a really great option for that.
Now, real talk, this is doable for bigger groups, but probably not ideal. I recommend this for 1 to 4 people. Really more for maybe a date night, I guess, but 1 to 4 people is probably the max amount of people I would do, specifically because, as Emma mentioned, you don't really need a reservation. You're really just pulling up to the bar, and hopping up to the bar with a big group of people can be pretty difficult. So if you just got a small group, this is definitely something I would recommend. Now, for families with kids, you can look at it 2 different ways. Now, it's not ideal for average kids who have a hard time hanging out for too long at dinner. It's a lot of starting and stopping, and it's just for food. And not a lot of kids love that. But on the other side of that coin, this might be a perfect opportunity to keep your kid entertained because you're constantly moving between courses. you'll see more of Disney Springs, and maybe you can do a small activity in between meals. Maybe it'll make your child less antsy. But hey, you know your kids better than I do.
It's time for safety talk. TM.
Yes.
Ready?
Here we go. Here goes nothing. But first, number one thing I would say about progressive dining, especially if you're eating and drinking at a couple different locations, don't drink and drive. There's plenty of Disney transportation here. You can Uber as well. But whatever you do, we're not driving today, so do not drink and drive.
Yeah. Another thing, always make sure you're having a glass of water. We're having a glass with every single drink we have, just so that way everything seems balanced.
Absolutely. And as you can tell, this is not a Disney Springs pub crawl. This is a progressive dining experience. So even though we're having a cocktail with each location, we're also having a some sort of food or whatever that soaks up that alcohol. So definitely make sure you're snacking at all these different locations.
And another thing is you don't have to have an alcoholic drink. Every single place that we've been to does have non-alcoholic options that you can try instead of maybe an alcoholic one.
And remember, at the end of the day, this is still Disney World, so don't act a fool.
Be respectful of other guests and make sure to have a good time.
Love you, mean it. All right, Emma.
Okay.
I've chosen a place for. I chose a middle ground place for our bread service. I chose a place for me for appetizers. Now I chose something for you.
Did you?
For the entrees.
I have an amazing feeling based on where we're standing.
That's right. We're going to Polite Pig.
The Polite Pig here in Disney Springs is considered to be what they call modern barbecue, and they have a huge menu of different bourbon and other handcrafted taps that they have here on hand for whatever you're wanting. This is one of my favorite places in Disney Springs. It is a quick service, but it's also a Michelin star winner. That's how good the food is. So definitely excited for this one. Very excited to see what we're going to grab because this is one of my favorite places.
Now, the Polite Pig specializes in barbecue and bourbon/whiskey. Their menu is pretty extensive, especially their bourbon bar. Look at all the different kinds of bourbon they have here. Just insane. What's your name? Jacob. Jacob tells me that there are 193 different types of bourbon here, which is amazing. And they are the biggest bourbon bar here in Central Florida. So definitely, if you love bourbon, this is the place to check out. Because there are 193 different types of bourbon here, I definitely wanted to try the Flight. What they do here is you go down the card here, but up the board. So we have the Four Roses Small Batch, which is 45% alcohol, lovely flavors of red plums, berries, and apples with touches of peppercorn, toasted rye, smooth and soft finish with a slight vanilla end. Then we have the Basil Hayden, 40% alcohol ABV, plenty of spice, well balanced with herbal notes of peppermint and a touch of fruit. So we're gonna try this bourbon Flight. We were told to not read it. I mean, I read some of it, but to not read it because I guess after you read it, your brain makes you think you're tasting the flavors because you just read it. So we're gonna just try these flavors and then see what we get from them.
Yes. I'm gonna say things and they're gonna be wrong.
I love it.
I got almost like a vanilla note.
Oh, okay.
That was truly it. That's all I got.
A vanilla note?
I know there's more than that, but it's to the point where now I just taste the bourbon flavor, not a specific note of something.
So, this is actually the Four Roses Small Batch. Lovely flavors of red plums, berries, apples with touches of peppercorn and toasted rye with a slight vanilla end.
Oh my gosh! I got one thing!
Good job!
That's better than none.
That is better than none. Alright, the second. So obviously going up the board. So this is the second one. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It smells the exact same to me. I think my knowledge, I have used all of it on the first sip.
No, go for it.
But I don't like it.
Don't forget to let it sit in your mouth.
It's genuinely more like oaky. There's like a wood flavor. I don't know. I'm back to just bourbon.
Oh, I'm living for this. Okay.
I'm living for it because I don't know if any of this is right.
I don't think you're right. So this one is called Basil Hayden. Plenty of spice, well balanced with herbal notes of peppermint and a touch of fruit. Finish is clean and dry, leaving a pleasant aftertaste of cinnamon and baking spices.
The aftertaste is the exact same as the previous, if you don't know anything about her. Wow, the same taste, the same smell that I smelled with pasta. That's incredible. It's almost identical. Fruity. I'm just gonna give one word.
Okay. All right. I think you're not that far off because it's kind of weird. Simplistically sweet with upfront notes of honey, toasted brown sugar, new oak, traces of white pepper. The most predominant notes are bubblegum, toffee, and honey.
Okay, I wasn't no leather.
I mean, bubblegum is kind of fruity.
Fruity, a little, sweeter. Maybe that's the word I was looking for.
All right. Well, good job.
All things considered, my first true bourbon tasting. So for my sweet drink, because I cannot drink bourbon and enjoy it, that was about safe. I got the Polite Punch. It is moonshine, pineapple, and cranberry. All of us sweet drink lovers, this is perfect for us. This is what I get every time I'm here at Polite Pig, so yeah. I think the notes of the fruit really come forward. The pineapple is the main flavor here, and it's not necessarily carbonated, but it reminds me a lot of the Grown Ups lemonade over at Woody's Lunchbox. Just very sweet, easy to drink, not much else to it. It's not really super special, but if you like a sweet drink and you want something that you know you're gonna like, this is a great option.
So we got the slider trio, which consists of the slow brisket, the fried chicken, and the southern pig. Also, what the heck?
Make sure it's vinegar based.
How did you get here?
What are you doing?
What are you?
North Carolina. Carry on, no camera, So this is the first time I've actually gotten the slider trio. I normally go for the butcher board when I'm here. I did the southern fried chicken first. Absolutely wonderful. There's a great crisp on the chicken itself, and then it's covered in barbecue sauce if you like that. There is a little bit of a coleslaw on top, which just adds to the crunch, but I don't think it really impacts the flavor that much. Absolutely delicious if you like a sweeter barbecue sauce.
All right, I went for the slow brisket. There's definitely like a barbecue sauce in here and a pimento cheese, which I love pimento cheese. This is really good. I've never had this slider trio here either. And the pimento cheese adds this really nice savory. It's like there's not a lot of sweet. The wind is windy. There's literally I don't think any sweetness to this. It's all very savory. The pimento cheese adds a nice textural aspect to this as well. It's really good. Usually the brisket can be kind of tough, but this really just I bit into it. There was no toughness at all. Really good. So far this is a win. I've never had it before. This is definitely a win.
Southern pig. That's really good. It's just basically pulled pork. It's a lot of really sweet pulled pork. There is a little bit of coleslaw on it. Not much. I didn't really get that flavor as much. If I hadn't seen it, I don't think I would know it was there. But there's also mandarin oranges on it, which adds a little bit of sweetness to that salty pulled pork.
Interesting.
I really like that, but I like the contrasting flavors of the sweet and the salty. So I really enjoyed this. I think this is a wonderful trio, all things considered.
Out of the three, the southern pig, the brisket, or the fried chicken, which one was your favorite?
The southern pig, hands down. I really just like the contrasting flavors of the mandarin oranges and the pulled pork. I think also that the pulled pork has the most flavor out of the other options.
For me, I like the brisket because of the pimento cheese. It had a nice little spice kick to it. It wasn't too hot, but it was just a quick little kick, and the pimento cheese added something really special on top. I thought it complemented each other really well.
So although we are sitting at the bar, you can walk right up inside Polite Pig, and this is kind of what the inside looks like. This is the queue here that you'll wait through. It is a quick service, but I really love it, and normally because it's a quick service, they get you through quick. And there's a lot of inside seating here, and it's all reserved for customers of Polite Pig. So if you come and grab something to eat for lunch or for dinner, they're going to have seating for you, which I really like.
Overall, this is still one of my favorite places in Disney Springs. I think they just have really good barbecue, and their thing is modern barbecue. I think they offer that. There's a lot of fun, different things, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I cannot recommend this place enough. Not only can you grab things kind of to go with this outdoor seating area, but there's a great indoor seating area as well as the bar, which I'll call them bourbon sommeliers. They had a lot of really great insight to some of the things we were drinking, as well as give us some fun helpful tips don't look at the flight card, try it first and then look at the flight card. Really liked it. Also, we had 2 drinks before this, and all of what we just had kind of soaked everything up. I feel, and we were there, well, honestly, we sat down for an hour and a half. So we feel safe. We're still not driving, but we feel safe enough to walk around, maybe have another drink. So safety first. But Polite Pig, cannot recommend it enough.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
So the Edison is a vintage style bar, basically taking you back to the flapper days, 1940s. And on the weekends, you can see they have aerial artists that will be, kind of flown down from the ceiling, which is super cool. Right now, they have the Sound Society radio out, but it's very 1920s, 1940s Gatsby themed, really cool, really exciting. And I love that on all the walls they have these older movies playing, like black and white films, Charlie Chaplin, all that kind of stuff. Definitely ties into the whole immersive theme. If you're familiar with postmodern jukebox, that's what the kind of music you'll hear in here is very like pop songs that are turned kind of old school style. So Britney Spears made to sound like he was written in the 1920s. Very interesting. So at the Edison, there's a bunch of different things that you can do, but we decided to do dessert martinis instead. Just because they're not like here at the Edison, they're not known for their they do have some great desserts like a voltage chocolate cake and things like that. But really, it's here for we're here for the cocktails.
Yes.
Yeah. So Emma, you got
I got the cold brew martini. I wanted an espresso martini, but they don't necessarily have that. So the bartender is going to be very nice and make me a cold brew one. We'll see how it goes.
And I got from the high roller cocktail menu the silk and lace, which is a dessert inspired Manhattan. All right, cheers, eye contact.
This is the first cold brew martini I've ever had. It's really good. It's very sweet. It is really reminiscent of an espresso martini. It's just very smooth. And I feel like he used brown sugar rather than white sugar, but 10 out of 10, I really enjoy it. But again, if you like sweet drinks, you would like this. If you don't, not for you.
So on the high roller cocktails, this is the silk and lace. It is a decadent, silky smooth chocolate cherry cake Manhattan. It substitutes regular sweet vermouth for a house-made toasted cocoa, a nib, and vanilla-infused ruby porto. Oh my gosh. Featuring Edison's own Maker's Mark Private Selects, Old 19, Volume 2. All of the above culminate into a true experience in a glass, and that is so accurate. Okay, so it's really good. It's definitely a dessert Manhattan. It's really interesting because you can definitely still taste the bourbon in there. It feels very elevated and high class. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely one of my favorite things I've ever had here at the Edison. So what our awesome bartender talent just told us is that because I ordered off of the high roller menu, I get a high roller coin, which if you order 4 high roller drinks, you can turn in all 4 of these coins for a free high roller cocktail. Super cool. Had no idea, but I'm so glad I did it. Look at that. That's awesome. Quincy, what are you doing here?
I'm not here. No camera. No camera. She just likes us that much.
Overall, that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was your first time you'd ever been into the Edison.
Yes. The bartender was really great. He was super nice. The vibes were really cool. It was like 1920s-esque. And my drink was really good. So really, if you're at the Edison, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, Talon, our bartender, he was awesome. He gave us a lot of really cool information. We got some cool, high roller coin and really had a great time. So there are so many different progressive dining things you can do here at Disney Springs. How did you feel about it? Did you think that this was the best way for you to experience Disney Springs?
Yeah, I think I've done a lot of things in Disney Springs, but Disney Springs is huge, so there's still a few things that I haven't done, and I think this was a really cool way to experience some new things and also not spend my whole night in one place, which I really liked.
Yeah, so okay, again, so progressive dining or regular dining?
I'm always going to say progressive dining, but I just like trying new things, so I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay, Emma, I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
I'm going to challenge you to come up with your because for this video we did my perfect progressive dining here at Disney Springs. I challenge you to come up with your progressive dining experience. It could be anywhere, it could be at any of the parks, it could be here at Disney Springs, but I challenge you to either take me or you can pass it forward. You can pass it forward to anybody else. What do you say to that?
I say challenge accepted, but also you guys should let us know if you want to see my perfect progressive dinner and who I should take with me. Maybe him.
Oh, also let us know if there's a restaurant in your progressive dining experience here at Disney Springs that we missed. Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it.
If you like this video, go like and subscribe.
Now go watch Emma and I battle out our top 5 favorite things to do right here at Disney Springs.
See you there.
Bye!